Johan van Rooyen is joining us on the line from Canada, where he works as an independent analyst for finance and politics. Johan is also the author of a new ebook. Now, this ebook is absolutely fascinating. It shows you how you can take up permanent residency and even get another passport in a country of your choice by either making an investment in that country by means of property investment, business investment, or making a once-off donation to that country's government. There are 28 countries listed in Johan's book. Johan, thank you so much for joining us today. Won't you please talk us through your book? Tell us, what is residency and citizenship through investment about?
Okay, the book basically deals with the subject of foreign residency and how to obtain it and the second passport by making an investment in any one of 28 countries worldwide. It deals with investor class immigration. In other words, obtaining residency by making an investment. And investments could take the form of buying a house, investing in foreign government bonds, starting a business, or even by making a once-off donation to a government institution. This is different from the traditional points-based immigration processes, which requires immigrants to meet criteria such as skills, education, qualifications, age, and language abilities. So it basically explains how to live, retire, and enjoy a good standard of living in a number of exotic islands in the Caribbean, in Europe, in Australasia, and even in your back country, Mauritius, 4 hours flying time from Johannesburg. Mauritius loves foreign investors, immigrants, and you can get yourself residency there for $500,000 US. So, just to summarize, the book is not a guide of how to immigrate, but it's useful for those looking for a comfortable and affordable country in which to retire or to start a new life. Possibly in a place with a little bit less crime, corruption, no load shedding, a good education, healthcare, and in most cases still enjoy nice, sunny, warm climates and beautiful scenery. It will appeal to those who try to escape from violent and politically unstable regions of the world. I'm thinking particularly of some Middle Eastern countries right now, Iraq, Syria, Libya, and also for those who just wish to have the freedom to travel with a second passport, unencumbered by loads of visa restrictions, like anyone who's trying to apply for a Schengen visa or a UK visa or a Canadian visa can testify to.
Now, Johan, you've mentioned these 28 countries that you've listed. What makes these countries unique? What makes these countries accessible to this type of investment as opposed to other countries?
These 28 countries, and that's not a whole list, by the way. I picked 28, the ones that I thought would be the most suitable. There are a few more. But these countries are all encouraging investor class immigrants. And in some cases, they actually make it lucrative, and they encourage investors to come to their countries to invest and to live there. They offer benefits of all kinds, tax benefits in some cases, and generally speaking, investor class immigrants are well received, and they are welcome in these countries. Not all countries have these systems in place, but these ones that I've mentioned in the book certainly do.
Are you guaranteed a second passport if you move to one of these countries? We know many South Africans immigrate, but moving to certain countries doesn't necessarily mean that you will get that second passport.
In these countries, yes, I think there's no 100% guarantee, but certainly if you have the right amount of capital that you are willing and able to invest, you are pretty certain, according to the laws of these 28 countries, that you will receive, once you've made your investment, or in some cases it's a once-off donation to a government institution, once you've made that, you are relatively certain that you will receive residency, and eventually, after 1 or 5 years, you will also receive your citizenship and your passport.
Johan, speak to us about the benefits of having a second passport. What does a second passport do for you?
Okay, so the benefits of having a second passport now, I guess the first thing, it's a bit political, and it's not only applicable to South Africans. I mean, like I just mentioned, Iraq and Syria, Libya, Ukraine, Russia, even China. Some people who are concerned about their future and the direction of the country. It could be collapsing currency. It could be political unstable regimes in power. It could be wars, looming wars. And for this reason, it provides, a second passport provides some kind of insurance. In case things really goes drastically wrong, then you have an option to actually go to another country at your time and when it suits you, and you cannot be refused. Even though you may prefer to live in your home country, but if something goes drastically wrong, you have that sort of insurance. I can use the example of Zimbabwe. A lot of people lost everything they had in Zimbabwe through 25 years or 30 years of mismanagement, and a lot of them had British passports, but many of them did not. And they actually were ultimately caught up in the Zimbabwean quagmire, and they still are. So for them, it would have been nice to have the option of leaving at the time of their choosing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, some people who don't really want to leave the country, it's nice to have the freedom to travel without rigid visa restrictions. I mean, like I just mentioned, it's very difficult, not impossible, but it makes it very difficult to apply for a Schengen visa. It takes you days, sometimes weeks, it costs a lot of money, and they need unlimited amounts of personal information from you. So it's nice to have a second passport to travel, especially since the South African government allows dual citizenship, as long as you apply, as long as you get permission before you get your second passport. The third reason really is just that it allows you to eventually retire in sometimes cheaper, more relaxed countries with all kinds of benefits, which you mightn't have in your home country. And closely tied to this, there are tax benefits as well. A number of the countries I mentioned in my book, including especially the Bahamas, Grenada, Belize, Dominica, Costa Rica, still have some element of tax havens. And if you structure your tax situation properly before you leave, there are definitely benefits of living in a country with regarded as a tax haven. So those are the benefits really of carrying a second passport, and especially if since you have the approval of the South African government to do so.
And finally, Johan, where can we get our hands on a copy of your book?
Yes, the book is available on Amazon. It's a Kindle version, so you can find it on Amazon, and it's also available as a PDF download on my website. It's quite a lengthy URL. I will probably, if you could put it on as a link, it might be easier than me trying to give you the full link.